Chapter 4. Let's code with small basic. Computer programs are instructions to a computer which allows it to perform specific tasks necessary to process data. Computer programming is the process of software development using programming languages. Computer systems understand programs written in certain languages just like we speak in our mother tongue. These languages are called programming languages. Programmers are the people who write the programs. There are several programming languages worldwide. Some languages were developed for specific computers while others were developed for specific uses such as scientific or business applications. Coding is a fun way to express our imagination, creativity, and logical thinking all at once. When we learn to code, we develop various skills, such as how to break down complex problems and solve them step by step. Small Basic. Basic is a very simple programming language used for calculations and business applications. Its name stands for Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. Small Basic is a simpler version of Basic. It is a programming language that makes programming simple and easy for beginners. Till now, we have created programs using blocks. Small Basic enables us to do text-based programming using simple English-like commands. We can also build applications for Lego Mindstorm, Raspberry Pi, Arduino, Oculus Rift, and many more using Small Basic. Fact GPT. Vijay Raji developed Small Basic version 0.1 in the year 2008. Microsoft released version 1.0 of Small Basic on 12 July 2011. On 27 March 2015, Small Basic version 1.1 was released. The latest version 1.2 was released on 1 October 2015. A Small Basic program consists of a bunch of statements. Every line of the program represents a statement and every statement is an instruction for the computer. When we ask the computer to execute a Small Basic program, it takes the program and reads the first statement. It understands what we are trying to say and then executes our instruction. Once it's done executing our first statement, it comes back to the program and reads to execute the second line. It continues to do so until it reaches to the end of the program. That is when our program finishes. Features of Small Basic. Easy to use, integrated development environment (IDE). Can easily work arrays. Button and text box controls. Sequential file support. Response to mouse and keyboard actions. Full array of mathematical, string handling and graphics functions. Fact GPT. To download the Small Basic, follow the link. After downloading the software, double-click on it to install. Opening Small Basic. Let's learn to start Small Basic. Step 1. Click on Start button. Step 2. Click on All apps. Scroll down the app list. Step 3. Click on the Small Basic folder in the list appeared. Step 4. Click on the Microsoft Small Basic to start the program. The Small Basic screen will appear on the monitor. Small Basic environment. Let's learn about the Small Basic environment. Title bar. It contains the name of the program on which we are currently working. Toolbar. It contains all the commands that help us in creating, saving, opening and executing Small Basic programs. Editor. This is the area where we write the program code of Small Basic. When we open a saved program, it will show up in this editor. We can then modify it and save it for later use. We can also open and work with more than one programs at a time. Help area. This area displays the tips and hints while we are writing the program code in the editor window. Surface. This is an open area where we can move and organize our editor windows for each small basic program. Writing a small basic program. Let's learn to start typing a new program in Small Basic. Step 1. Click inside the editor window. Step 2. Observe that line number 1 is already indicated there. Start typing the program at this point. Step 3. While typing program code, a pop-up window appears called IntelliSense. It contains a list of commands that we can use. We can select the appropriate command by navigating through the list with the help of up and down arrow keys and then press Enter key to insert the highlighted command in the program. Step 4. After typing the code on line 1, press the Enter key. Line number gets incremented to 2. Step 5. Similarly, type rest of the code on subsequent line numbers. As we type, the help area provides us with useful information relevant to the code we are using. Rules to write Small Basic program. There are certain rules to write program in Small Basic. Let's learn about them. All commands and keywords must be spelled correctly. For example, if we type TextWin instead of text window, an error will occur. Keywords and variables are case-insensitive in Small Basic. That means if we type WriteLine or WriteLine, they are considered to be the same. Small Basic ignores any white space such as blanks, but it is advisable to use spaces as they enhance the readability of the code. Use apostrophe prefix for comments. Variables are never declared and any value can be assigned to a variable. Saving a program. It is very important to save the program so that we can use it in future. Let's learn to save a program. Step 1. Click on the Save button in the file group. The dialog box appears. Step 2. Choose the desired location to save the file. Step 3. Give a meaningful name to the program in the File Name text box and press the Save button. The file will be saved with the extension .smallbasic or .sb. Executing a program. We need to execute or run the program to see the output. Let's learn to run a program in Small Basic. Click on the Run button on the toolbar or press the F5 function key. The command window showing the output will appear. Sharing a program. We can share the program with others so that they can view or run it on their systems. Let's learn to share a program. Step 1. Click on the Publish button in the web group. A dialog box appears that contains a program ID and a link. Step 2. We can either provide the ID number or the link to the people with whom we want to share the program. Step 3. To view and run a published program on another system, click on the Import button in the web group and type the program ID in the dialog box as prompted. Step 4. Click OK and the code will be loaded to the editor. We can also share our program by opening the link in a browser. Elements of Small Basic Programming. We will now learn about the basic elements of Small Basic Programming language. Variables, operators and expressions, keywords, comments. Variables. A variable is used to store different kinds of information such as text or a number in the computer's memory. When we store a value or information in a variable, it overwrites the previous information stored in it. It can contain different values at different points in time. To create variables in Small Basic, we use the assignment operator. For example, number is equal to 9, fruit is equal to grapes, etc. The following program can only calculate to +2. But following program can calculate many kinds of addition. In this case, A and B are variables. Look at the various types of variables used in programming. Numeric variable. Numeric variables are used to store numbers for calculations. They can hold integer and decimal numbers. The numeric variables that hold integers are called integer variables. The numeric variables that hold decimal numbers are called floating variables. For example, 76, minus 66 and 8.29. String variable. Strings are a set of characters that can be a mixture of numbers, letters and other characters. For example, Welcome World, 555 Chabra Collection and 998676689. Boolean variables. Boolean variable are used to make decisions. This type of variables hold to values, true or false. The names we give to the variable are called identifiers. Look at the rules for naming variables. Variable name can include letters, lowercase and uppercase, digits 0 to 9, and underscore, character. Variable name should always start with a letter or underscore. Variable name can only use letters, digits and underscores. Name of the variables should describe the values that they store. Don't use the small basic keywords such as if, else, then, and, or while to name the variable. Variable names in small basic are case-insensitive. Operators and expressions. Operators are symbols to express an operation, function. There are three types of operators: arithmetic, logical, and relational. An expression combines operators and operands, variables, and constants. An expression having arithmetic operators will result in a numeric value. The relational and logical operators in an expression will result in a true or false value. Arithmetic operators. These operators are used to perform arithmetic operations between two operands. There are 5 arithmetic operators defined in the following table. Logical operators. These operators are used primarily in the expression evaluation to make a decision. Small basic supports the following logical operators. Relational operators. These operators are used to compare the values of two operands and returns Boolean true or false accordingly. The comparison operators are described in the following table. Fact GPT. If an expression has more than one operator, small basic follows an order of precedence: 1, parentheses. 2. Multiplication, division, left to right. 3. Addition, plus, subtraction. Keywords. Keywords are the reserved words which cannot be used as a variable. They are predefined by the software developer for a specific purpose. Some of the keywords are for if, else, elseif, endif, for, sub, to, end sub, end while, then, go to, etc. Comments. In computer programming, the comment statement is used to provide an explanation about the code. This helps the programmer, the same or any other, to understand and modify the code in the future. Comment statements are non-executable and do not give any output. They are seen only in the code. In small basic, an apostrophe is used as the comment symbol. Anything written after the comment symbol will be ignored by the compiler when we run the program. For example, it calculates the average marks of the entire class. We can also place a comment on the same line as the statement. For example, roll no is equal to 24, class roll number of the student. Test your knowledge. Find out any two language like Spanish, French, etc. Translate your name from English language to another language using Google Translator and write it in your notebook. Statements. The statements in a program specify an action to be taken only when a condition is met. Once the condition is satisfied, the execution stops. Let us discuss the different forms of branching statements available in Small Basic. If-then. If-then statement is the most basic type of branching statement. It is used to take decisions based on the comparisons. It checks only the true condition of the program and comes to an end. Syntax. If the condition is true, then the instruction specified after then is executed. If the condition is false, there will be no output of the if block and the control will transfer to the statement written after the end if statement. If then else. If then else is another form of branching statement and is also called bidirectional, two-ways, decision-making statement. If the condition given after if is true, statements specified after then are executed. But if the condition is false, the statements following else are executed. Syntax. If else ladder. If we want to check multiple conditions in a program, we can add multiple else statements in it. If else ladder provides a compact way to make multiple tests on a condition. In an if-else-if ladder, statements inside an else block are executed only when all the conditions that come before it in the ladder are false. When any condition is true, the statements associated with that condition are executed and the program moves to the first statement after end if. Fact GPT. On 19 February 2019, Microsoft announced Small Basic Online, SBO. It is also an open-source software, free to download and use, to develop programs online. Go-to statement can jump anywhere to a labeled place in the program. The label is written with colons such as start. In the following example, the program checks input text and if it is Y or N, then shows true or false, otherwise input text again with go-to statement in line 10. Recapitulate. BASIC is a very simple programming language used for calculations and business applications. Its name stands for Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. A small basic program consists of a bunch of statements. Editor is the area where we write the program code of Small Basic. Small Basic ignores any white space such as blanks, but it is advisable to use spaces as they enhance the readability of the code. All commands and keywords must be spelled correctly. Variables, operators and expressions, keywords and comments are the elements of Small Basic. Gloss GPT. Program, a sequence of instructions written to perform a particular task. Variable, it stores different types of information in the computer's memory. Operator, a symbol used to perform certain manipulation. Keyword, a word that has special meaning in Small Basic. Statement, an instruction in a programming language.